I watched some folks this weekend, huh, T? I will post the video underneath a new playlist I'm going to have called Priscilla P. She's got some books on the net. Her dating book, it was a 36 this weekend. Today it's a 47. Her romance book it was labeled in the romance category over the weekend at 115. It's now at 154. She's got 2 books out. I'm probably going to start with 5 Components of Love first. I'm going to read that one first. All right. But today, when I looked at her, when I looked over the weekend underneath dating to see what the top books were, Art of Seduction is still at number 2. I said, well, I've read that, and there's some footnotes on the net. I thought maybe I could go through those footnotes with you, and that might be more beneficial for some of you all having it read than looking it up and reading it. Speaking of books, I've got a book out for dating. Co-Independent, Silence No More. It ain't a bunch of pages. It's less than 70 pages. It gets straight to the point. Because I don't have a lot of time. The Art of Seduction, Footnotes by Robert Greene. I will post his link below. High Level Thoughts. Geez, I took a lot of notes on this one. It's much more than about sexual seduction. It's about how to seduce anyone. Politically, socially, and yes, sexually. Extremely interesting analogs from history. Highly recommended. Summary notes. Seduction is a game of psychology, not beauty. And it is within the grasp of any person to become a master at that game. All that is required is that you look at the world differently through the eyes of a seducer. What will seduce a person is the effort we expend on their behalf, showing how much we care, how much they are worth. Seducers take pleasure in performing and are not weighed down by their identity or by some need to be themselves or to be natural. Every seduction has 2 elements that you must analyze and understand. First, yourself. And what is seductive about you? Your target and the actions that will penetrate their defenses and create surrender. The seductive character. Successful seduction starts with who you are and the type of seduction energy you express. It requires creating yourself or refining yourself in one of the seducer categories. Sirens have an abundance of sexual energy and know how to use it. I would consider myself a siren. They lure in their targets like the sirens of Odysseus through their image and teasers, crafting the perfect seductive pose for their target. Rakes instinctively adore the opposite sex and their desire is infectious. Unlike the normal cautious male, the rake is delightfully unrestrained, a slave to his love of women. He raking them in, huh? This is the added lure of his reputation. So many women have succumbed to him. There has to be a reason. Excuse me, y'all. Remember, it is the form that matters, not the content. The less your target focus on what you say and the more on how it makes them feel, the more seductive your effort. Hey, baby. You gotta get with it and get lost. Give your words a lofty, spiritual, literary flavor, the better to insinuate desire to your unwitting victims. To play the rake, the most obvious requirement is the ability to let yourself go. To draw a woman into the kind of purely sensual moment in which past and future lose meaning, you must be able to abandon yourself to the moment. If no obstacles face you, you must create them. Seduction requires obstacle. Ideal lovers have an aesthetic sensibility that they apply to romance. Casanova was perhaps the most successful seducer in history. Few women could resist him. Gerald Levert called himself Casanova. Anyway, his method was simple. On meeting a woman, he would study her, go along with her moods, find out what was missing in her life, and provide it. He made himself the ideal lover, but appeal to their better selves to a higher standard of beauty, and they will hardly notice that they have been seduced. Make them feel elevated, lofty, spiritual, and your power over them will be limitless. Women, I hope you're taking notes because y'all need to read. Y'all need to take everything I'm saying and reverse all that, okay? Talleyrand simply held up a mirror to Napoleon and let him glimpse that possibility. People are always vulnerable to insinuations like this. Which stroke their vanity, almost everyone's weak spot. Hint at something for them to aspire to, reveal your faith in some untapped potential you see in them, and you will soon have them eating out the palm of your hand. Dandies like to play with their image, creating a striking and androgynous allure. Most of us feel trapped within the limited roles that the world expects us to play. We are instant in the game. They feel trapped in the game. They feel trapped in the matrix. They feel trapped in this illusion, okay? We are instantly attracted to those who are more fluid, more ambiguous than we are, those who create their own persona. Dandies excite us because they cannot be categorized and hint at freedom we want for ourselves. Dandies seduce socially as well as sexually. Groups form around them, their style is wildly imitated, and an entire court or crowd will fall in love with them. In adapting the dandy character for your own purposes, remember that a dandy is by nature a rare and beautiful flower. A rose is still a rose, like Aretha Franklin said. Be different in ways that are both striking and aesthetic, never vulgar. Poke fun at current trends and styles, go in a novel direction, and be supremely uninterested in what anyone else is doing. Most people are insecure. They will wonder what you're up to, and slowly they will come to admire and imitate you because you express yourself with total confidence. Naturals are spontaneous and open. Coquettes and self-sufficient with a fascinating cool at their core. Coquettes seem totally self-sufficient. They do not need you, they seem to say, and their narcissism proves devilishly attractive. If you do not know what a narc is, NPD, go look it up. Google it. All right. People are inherently perverse, and easy conquest has a lower value than a difficult one. We are only really excited by what is denied us, but by what we can not possess in full. Your greatest power in seduction is your ability to turn away to make others come after you, delaying their satisfaction. Honey, I do a lot of delay. All day, every day. Yes, learn that whole delay thing. That is a beautiful thing. Delay, avoidance, run around, hide behind the bush, all that. Until you see me poke out on the stage. Or if I'm marketing something, you see me then. Delay, delay, delay. Okay. And you're not really delaying. You're just so busy doing other stuff. You really don't have time to be answering everybody's inbox or whatever else they're doing. You get bots to do that. That's what a bot is for. Okay. To understand the peculiar power of the coquette, you must first understand a critical property of love and desire. The more obviously you pursue a person, the more likely you are to chase them away. Self-esteem is critical in seduction. Your attitude towards yourself is read by the other person in subtle and unconscious ways. Low self-esteem repels. Confidence and self-sufficiency attract. The less you seem to need other people, the more likely others will be drawn to you. Charmers want and know how to please. They are social creatures. You know what? Believe it or not, I don't consider myself. Uh, I guess I might have a little charm to me, but I'm actually more introvert and not so much extrovert unless I'm on a stage or a mic or I've got to talk to people like I'm doing to you now so I can get my numbers up. That's it. So, yeah, I'm learning to be more social than I was. I'm a work in progress. All right. Charmers do not argue or fight, complain, or pester. What could be more seductive? I don't like to do any of that. First, they don't talk much about themselves, which heightens their mystery and disguises their limitations. Second, they seem to be interested in us, and their interest is so delightfully focused that we relax and open up to them. Finally, charmers are pleasant to be around. They have none of most people's ugly qualities: nagging, complaining, self assertion. I won't do none of that. Okay? Charismatics have an unusual confidence in themselves. Learn to create the charismatic illusion by radiating intensity while remaining detached, creating the air of charisma. Purpose. If people believe you have a plan, that you know where you are going, they will follow you instinctively. They should have put a period there. The direction does not matter. Pick a cause, an ideal, a vision, and show that you will not sway from your goal. Another a space goes there. Mystery. And another space should go there too. Mystery lies at charisma's heart, but is a particular kind of mystery, a mystery expressed by contradiction, by having conflicting traits. Saintliness. They needed a space before and after saintliness. Most of us must compromise constantly to survive. Saints do not. They must live out their ideals without caring about the consequences. The saintly effect bestows charisma. I'm not going to do any more spell checking while I'm reading this. Eloquence, or grammar, or space, or any of that. A charismatic relies on the power of words. Theatrically, theatric, theatricality. Okay. A charismatic is larger than life, has extra presence, uninhibitedness. Most people are repressed and have little access to their unconscious. A problem that creates opportunities for the charismatic, who can become a kind of screen on which others project their secret fantasies and longings. That is true. People send me their fantasies. When I collect enough fantasies, I'm gonna put all them fantasies y'all got of me, them nasty, dirty, freaky, trashy, tricky, all of them. I'm gonna put them all in a book. And thank y'all for giving me them nasty fantasies. Thank you so much. That's a book. All right. That's an accentuation curves and assassination hips part of that series. All right. Let's see. Fervency. You need to believe in something and to believe in it strongly enough for it to animate all your gestures and make your eyes light up. Vulnerability. Charismatics display a need for love and affection. Adventurousness. Charismatics are unconventional. Magnetism. If any physical attribute is crucial in seduction, it is the eyes. I don't know, y'all. How's the eyes working? Whatever. Okay. They reveal excitement, tension, detachment without a word being spoken. People do not want to hear that your power comes from years of effort or discipline. They prefer to think that it comes from your personality, your character, something you were born with. Stars are ethereal and envelop themselves in mystery. People are hopelessly susceptible to myth, so make yourself the hero of a great drama. Honey, it don't get no more dramatic than what I've been going through. But anyway, let's keep it going. And keep your distance. Let people identify with you without being able to touch you. They can only watch and dream. First, you must have such a large presence that you can fill your target's mind the way a close up fills the screen. I got poems. Let me be your pinup. I'll be your playgirl pinup today. Uh, this and that. Yeah. Second, cultivate a blank, mysterious face, the center that radiates starness. The anti-seducer, those who repel. Anti-seducers come in many shapes and kinds, but almost all of them share a single attribute, the source of their repellence: insecurity. It is critical to recognize anti-seductive qualities not only in others, but also in ourselves. Almost all of us have one or two of the anti-seducer's qualities latent in our character, and to the extent that we can consciously root them out, we become more seductive. The brute, who has no patience, who wants to skip the seduction, who offends with egotism. The suffocator, those who cling and set in saintly to you, love you before you know who they are, or who make themselves a doormat to you in their obsession. You will come into contact with those as you go deeper into the rabbit hole Alice in Wonderland. Let's keep it going. Okay. The moralizer, who wants you to bend to their standard. Yeah, okay. The tightwad, cheapness displays more insecurity beyond money. The bumbler, the awkward speaker who makes others feel awkward too. The windbag, who won't shut up. The reactor, who is terrified to have their ego damaged. The vulgarian, who ignores the rules of the game, presents a garish image, does not play the game, and yet expects to win. That used to be me. Anyway, let's keep it moving. I didn't used to play. Fun little game this is we got going on. It is rather because wordless communication through closed gesture actions is the most pleasurable, exciting, and seductive form of language. I can call you over if I got a negligee on and not say word to you, and you know exactly what that means. That is wordless communication without even flicking a finger. All right. The 18 types of seducer victims. Never try to seduce your own type. People are constantly giving out signals of what they lack. You have to tune into these signals and interpret their type based on them. Number one. The list, ladies. The reformed rake or siren. They desperately long to escape whatever corralled them in, what is preventing them from being their normal, freely sexual self. The disappointed dreamer. They long for adventure but are stuck in a boring lifestyle. The pampered royale. They long to be swept off their feet by a Prince Charming and let them live out their fantasy of being pampered and treated like royalty. Most women want this, but the men are getting this. Ladies, let's flip the script and end some things, shall we? The new prude, excessively concerned with their outward appearance. Underneath, they want to release, but they fear judgment. They must feel like they're sharing some secret with you. The crushed star, no longer the center of attention, they long to have that sense of being adored back. The novice. They spelled that wrong. They want to at least, sorry y'all, they want to at least feel that you're somewhat young too, but are also excited by the possibility of being introduced to a new, darker world. The conqueror. You must give them an obstacle to overcome, a mission, a goal. The exotic fetish. Fetishist. They want novelty, new experiences, things on the edge. You must position yourself as something exotic. The drama queen. They long for drama in their lives. So you need to help create it in order to help keep them raptured. The professor. They analyze and think deeply about everything, but long to be overwhelmed by a more free spirit who can help them release their mental barrier. That sounds like some anguish to me that need to be released. The beauty. Used to be appreciated, you must focus on the less complimented features like her intellect or wit. The aging baby.